Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Vivekananda Murthy Jonnalagadda. I'm the Managing Director of Invicta Career Consultancy Private Limited. Also, I am appointed as the Director Admissions of India for Milwaukee School of Engineering. Milwaukee School of Engineering is one of the best schools in the USA for engineering programs. Today, we have Ms. Samantha Camus, the Senior Director Admissions International from Milwaukee School of Engineering. Hello, Samantha. Welcome
Hello.
to the show.
Thank you.
Yes, I have a few questions for Samantha, and then we'll go ahead with those questions. We are more concerned about the jobs and the placements for the students who come to any university in the USA. That's the first question that comes to any parent. How do you prepare students for their careers at Milwaukee School of Engineering?
At MSOE, we know one of the most important pieces of getting an education in the United States is the job outcome, what job the students receive when they graduate. So at MSOE, we prepare our students to be highly successful in getting a job upon graduation by preparing them in the classroom, firstly, and that's with a lot of hands-on learning and experiences in the classroom. Our students learn the theory of engineering and then apply it in the lab space, so that way they have the practical application and they're able to be successful when it comes to finding internships and eventually finding a job. Our graduates have about a 98% average job outcome rate, meaning our students have a 98% chance of getting a job in their fields within 6 months of graduation, and a very impressive starting salary, on average over $75,000 per year, and our computer students making about $80,000 to $85,000 per year. So we know that the journey to getting an education isn't just about the curriculum and about the classes, but of course it's about getting that job upon graduation, so that way students can continue to work and live in the United States while they have that full-time job.
Can you say about your school's rankings and accolades? Where does it stand in the USA? These points, please.
Yes, of course. So the Milwaukee School of Engineering has a very impressive ranking of the 10th best undergraduate engineering university in the United States. There are over 4,000 universities in the United States, many of which have STEM and engineering degrees. So this is a very important ranking for us because we are in the top 10 for those types of programs. We also have 4 individual programs that are ranked in the top 15, which includes mechanical engineering, civil engineering, electrical engineering, and computer engineering. We also have the highest return on investment in the state of Wisconsin of any university or college, and we were recently ranked the 12th best college or university in the United States for high salaries out of 500 different colleges and universities with that ranking. So MSOE is very well known in the United States for what we do. Students, parents, high school counselors, and everyone who's involved in higher education understands the quality of MSOE's education and knows that we are very highly ranked in the United States.
Recently, LinkedIn has given a publishing that you're among the top 10 for. What is that about? Can you explain that?
Yes, so that ranking also has to do with our salaries and our job outcomes. So MSOE has very strong industry connections around Milwaukee, but also around the United States. So our students are continually hired by very well-known global brands like NVIDIA, Microsoft, Google, NASA, among many other top companies. And our students know that their education will be recognized by these companies when it's time for them to apply for internships and full-time jobs.
I've seen NVIDIA in the college at several places, and I've also seen Rosie. Who is Rosie and what is NVIDIA's connection with the university?
Yes, so Rosie is our NVIDIA GPU supercomputer. So Rosie is a very powerful computer, very large computer, and a supercomputer typically is for graduate level studies. So students pursuing graduate degrees often will use a supercomputer, but at MSOE, we are primarily an undergraduate institution, an industry preparation institution. So we are training our students in the computer science program to utilize Rosie starting in the 2nd year of study. So students in our computer science program will focus on things like artificial intelligence and machine learning, and will utilize Rosie to learn those skills. And Rosie is very important because she was donated to MSOE by an alumni of the university named Dwight Derricks, and he is the vice president of software engineering at NVIDIA. So he is a very important person at NVIDIA, and he routinely gives back to the university with donations to the institution, such as Rosie, but then also the building that Rosie is in, and he is very present on our campus and very involved with activities like the Supercomputer Challenge, but then also just giving back to the university in general.
That's excellent. What is the special way that students learn at MSOE, and what is special about MSOE, its education system?
Yes, so MSOE is a very hands-on institution. As I described, we take the theory of engineering or computer science or nursing, and then we apply it in a practical way in our hands-on state-of-the-art labs that we have on campus. So we have quite a number of labs on campus that have state-of-the-art equipment to make sure that our students are trained on industry standard machines. And we make sure that those labs and those classes have a small number of students, so that way the students are understanding the material and they're able to ask questions with the professor and interact with the professor in their classes. So these small classes and this industry experience that our professors bring to the classroom help to train our students, so that way when they're ready to enter the industry, whether that's in an internship or in a job, they're very well prepared and they stand out among other students applying from other institutions. We're also a direct entry university, which means that when students are admitted to the university, they're also admitted into the program of their choice right away, and they start taking program-specific classes in the very first semester. So this means that students spend a short amount of time taking general education classes and spend more time focusing on their major-specific classes like math, physics, science, chemistry, engineering, computer science, to really prepare them to get an internship after their first year of study. So it's very common that our students will have at least one internship during their degree, but most of our students will have multiple internships during their degree. And this really prepares them upon graduation.
That's great. That's great. Of late, we have been hearing that several universities promoting that you can join our university and complete the degree within 3 years, within 3.5 years. You save a lot of money on your education and living expenditure. Do you have any such system? People can complete in 3 or 3.5 years?
Yes, we do have some online classes that students can take through a school called Portage Learning, and these are online classes that students can take that will transfer to MSOE. So if you work with Invicta Career Consultancy, they can guide you on which classes are the best ones to take, and sometimes students will be able to finish the MSOE degree in 3.5 or 3 years after completing these courses.
Great. Recently, Aditya Miryala has created a sensation in India. He has got a scholarship of 2.4 crores, and it is termed as Presidential Scholarship. Can you talk about Presidential Scholarship and other scholarships that you have? Whatever scholarships you have in you.
Yes, so all admitted students will receive a merit scholarship. The minimum scholarship is $25,000 per year,
Wow.
and the highest is $32,000 per year. So this is almost a 50% tuition with this merit scholarship if you receive one of the top scholarships. We also have one presidential scholarship available to an international student with extraordinary academic marks. And this student should be a student who has very good GPA, who has good extracurricular activities on their application, someone who has personal accomplishments, and someone who does well with public speaking, because a piece of the application process is a virtual interview with the admissions team, including myself. So any student who is interested in applying for the presidential scholarship should apply to MSOE, and once they are admitted to the university, they can submit the short essay that's needed to qualify for the presidential scholarship.
What are the admission criteria, general admission criteria, other than the scholarship?
Yes, so we need to see approximately above a 70%, which is about a 3.0 GPA on the US scale. And we also need an English proficiency exam. And we accept the IELTS, the TOEFL, the Duolingo, and the Pearson Test of English. Once a student submits their transcripts and their English proficiency exam, we can make a decision usually within a week. And we will work directly with Invicta Career Consultancy to ensure that the student has applied correctly, submitted their documentation, and then if they are admissible, we will communicate that admissions and the scholarship the student received directly to the student.
Do you have agents in India or only one Invicta Career Consultancy?
We only work with Invicta Career Consultancy. We have a lot of trust with Invicta Career Consultancy. They're very knowledgeable about the university, and we really look to them to assist us with student admissions in India.
So what is the advice that you give to Indian students if they want to get a presidential scholarship and come to your university? What kind of advice you would give them?
Yes, so typically students who apply to MSOE and who are admitted and are great candidates for the presidential scholarship are students who do very well in their classes. They have good marks and they can speak English very well. But really importantly, are students who are very interested in studying in a difficult but rewarding curriculum in the United States. Our curriculum is very challenging and it prepares our students to do very well as leaders in their field, but also as graduates looking to get a job in the United States. So these students have very good math skills, very good science skills, and are dedicated to really finishing their studies and doing very well while at MSOE.
Indian mothers are very much worried about their children, particularly about what are they going to eat when they go out, or where are they going to stay. What kind of residential accommodation and what kind of food is available? Is Indian food there on the campus?
Yes, so we have offered regular Indian meals in our dining commons this past year. So we will be able to do that again and accommodate our Indian students this year with those types of meals. Living on campus is very nice accommodation because it's located very close to your classes. And we have 3 different residence halls the students can live in. We also have an on-campus apartment style residence hall, which is where a lot of our Indian students will choose to live. We want to make sure though that students make their decision about attending MSOE as early as possible, so that way you can get your top choice of accommodation, because students have to live on campus for the first 2 years. So we have a lot of students who are living on campus and we want to make sure that our Indian students get their top choice.
And another very, very important question for all the Indians to know is, how safe is your campus and how safe is Milwaukee?
Yes, so our campus is located in downtown Milwaukee, which is the safest district in the entire city of Milwaukee. And a big reason for that is because we are an entertainment district. So we have a lot of students living in the area. There's a lot of things to do very close to our campus. There's a lot of businesses. So there's a lot of young people living in downtown Milwaukee. Our campus, of course, is very safe because we have a public safety team that patrols our campus 24 hours a day and does regular patrols to make sure that all of our students and our community are staying safe. We also offer shuttle service through the Public Safety Department. So if a student needs a ride in downtown Milwaukee, they can request that through Public Safety. And then we also have an app that you can download on your cell phone, so that way you're in contact with Public Safety at all times. You can contact them if there's an emergency. There's a directory for different individuals across campus. You can request rides for that shuttle service through that app. And generally, you can make sure that you're always connected to Public Safety through that app.
And what can students do for fun?
Yes, so Milwaukee is a very large city. It's the largest city in the state of Wisconsin with about 1.6 million people. So it's a very urban area. There's lots of things to do, especially close to our campus. I mentioned that we're in downtown Milwaukee and everything pretty much is within walking distance of our campus. We have 2 main sports venues located very close: the Milwaukee Bucks, which is basketball, and the Milwaukee Brewers, which is baseball. We have multiple museums very close to our campus, the Public Museum and the Art Museum. We're also located on the shore of Lake Michigan, so it's a very beautiful area, especially in the summertime. There's lots of things to do near the lakefront. And of course, there's lots of restaurants for our students to enjoy our local cuisine or to find something that maybe is closer to what they have back home.
And about student clubs and participation of students in those clubs and festivals of India celebrated?
Yes, so we have close to 100 different clubs and organizations on campus that our students can participate in. MSOE is a little bit different because some of our clubs and organizations are specifically STEM organizations. So whether that's connected directly to our students' major, like the Society of Civil Engineers, or something that maybe is closer to a special interest area within STEM, like a robotics team. There are many, many options where students can stay closely interested in their personal interests through our clubs and organizations. We also have clubs and organizations that are just for fun or are social clubs to get students connected to others across campus. We have volunteer opportunities. We have short-term travel where students can join one of our humanitarian clubs and travel abroad for a couple weeks. We have short-term and long-term study abroad, so students can go for longer, like a semester or a year abroad. And there's really just a vibrant campus life on our campus. Students are constantly doing things, whether it's an event that's happening on campus, a festival, a celebration. We do a lot of cultural celebrations through a multicultural center or a multicultural department to ensure that all of our students feel celebrated and that we're able to share our cultures with each other.
Samantha, we heard that there are certain issues regarding the visa, and the social media is abuzz about them. So we would like to hear from you. Does your university have any problems with the visa issue, and is there any such kinds of problems?
Yeah, so over the last year, we have had some changes with the visas with the current administration, but MSOE has had no problems when it comes to Indian students getting their visa. We've had 16 students coming to MSOE, and almost all of those students got their visa. We didn't have any challenges at all. In fact, our students got their visa pretty quickly in the beginning of the summer, so that was very promising, and we do not expect any other challenges for the upcoming year.
How many Indian students are there on the campus, and how many are joining this year?
Yeah, so we have about 35 Indian students on campus, and we have 16 new Indian students starting this fall.
Thanks, Samantha. That's great. Only complaint that Hyderabad students make about school is there's no chicken biryani
Yeah,
Can you do
we'll have
something
to
on
get
that?
yeah, we'll have to get some chicken biryani. Yes.
on the campus. On that note, thank you so much, Samantha.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure talking to you. It's great to have you in the studio in Hyderabad. Thank you so much.
Thank you.